Hi everyone, welcome back to Made Easy for Kids. In a previous video, we went through the part 1 of the worksheet 1 practice problems, and they are the questions 1 to 7. Today we're going to be going through the second part of this worksheet 1, and they're the word problems. If you haven't seen the part 1 of this video yet, we'll link it down below in the description box so you can watch that one first and then come back to this one. If you're interested in doing more free worksheets, you can find all of them on our website, which is tinyurl.com/madeeasyforkids. It is linked down below. Before we start, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We post a new one every Saturday. Remember to also follow our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, where we share regular updates and tips on how you or your child can improve on their math skills. Let's get started! This is the first word problem. Let's read it out together. Holly has 485 marbles. Sally has 186 marbles. How many more marbles does Holly have? To find how many more marbles Holly has compared to Sally, we have to subtract the number of marbles Sally has to the number of marbles Holly has. So that would be 485 minus 186. And let's write it into a vertical form. Our first step is to calculate the ones place, which is 5 minus 6. And 5 is less than 6, which means that we have to borrow a 1 from the tens place and bring it over to the ones place. So instead of 5, we would have to add 10 to 5, so 10 plus 5 is 15. So our number now would be 15 minus 6. And remember, when we borrow a 1 from the tens place, we have to subtract 1. So our tens place would now be 7 instead of 8. Going back to the ones place, what is 15 minus 6? That's right, it is 9. Now we can move on to the tens place. The tens place is now 7 minus 8, and 7 is less than 8. This means we have to borrow a 1 from the hundreds place. So it would be 10 plus 7. 10 plus 7 is 17. And now we have 17 minus 8 in our tens place. What is 17 minus 8? That's right, it is 9. So we can move on to the hundreds place now. 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is just 2. So our answer to 485 minus 186 is 299. And to answer this question in sentence form, how many more marbles does Holly have? We should say, Holly has 299 more marbles than Sally. This is our second question. Let's read it out together. There are 846 cars in a parking lot. 263 cars drive away. How many cars are there now? To find out how many cars there are now, we have to subtract 263 with the original number of cars in a parking lot, which is 846. So our number form should be 846 minus 263. Let's write it out in vertical form. Our first step is to subtract the ones place. 6 minus 3 is 3. So now we can move on to the tens place. 4 minus 6. Now 4 is less than 6, which means we have to borrow a 1 from the hundreds place to the tens place in order to make it bigger than 6, and then we can subtract it. So our original number is 4, but we can add a 10 to it, so 4 plus 10 to make the top number in the tens place greater than 6, which is the bottom number on the tens place. So now we have 14 minus 6. What is 14 minus 6? That's right, it is 8. 14 minus 6 is 8. So now we can move on to the hundreds place. Our hundreds place was originally 8 minus 2, but because we lent a 1 to the tens place, Now, instead of having an 8, we would have a 7 because we gave 1 to the tens place. So it would be 7 minus 2. 7 minus 2 is 5. So our answer to 846 minus 263 is 583. To answer that in sentence form, we can say that there are 583 cars now. This is our third question. Miss Brown collected 122 eggs from her mini farm on Monday, but 30 of them had cracked. How many of the eggs can be delivered to the market? To find out the number of eggs that can be delivered to the market, we have to find out the number of eggs that were not cracked. So we have to have the total number of the eggs she has and subtract it with the number of eggs that were cracked. So it would be 122 minus 30. Let's try to solve this using horizontal form. Our first step is to take care of the ones place, which is 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Now we can move on to the tens place. The tens place is 2 minus 3. 2, the first number of the tens place, is less than 3, which means we have to borrow a 10 from the hundreds place and put it in the tens place. So it would be 12 minus 3. 12 minus 3 is 9. And we don't have anything in the hundreds place because we lent that once to the tens place. So our final answer for 122 minus 30 is 92. To answer the question in sentence form, how many of the eggs can be delivered to the market? We can say 92 eggs can be delivered to the market. You made it to the end of this video. Good job! Remember to check out our website for more free printables and worksheets, and also subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button. Follow our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, where we share frequent updates on how you can improve on your math skills. We'll see you next week. Bye!